Hey there, guys. Zeke the Geek here, and so the review embargo has officially lifted for The Little Mermaid, and I promised you guys that I would do more of these kind of more in depth videos, and I wanted to talk about this because I feel like now that the review embargo has lifted, I can now kind of really delve into how I feel about this new Little Mermaid remake. Now, let me make the disclaimer that I made in my. Well, actually, let me make this disclaimer right up front, okay? All film is. All movies. One of my favorite guys to watch on YouTube is a guy who's actually got quite a bit of controversy surrounding him, which is John Campea. I love watching John Campea's YouTube channel. I think he does a lot of really interesting content. But one of the things that he says in all of his shows that he does is that all film is subjective. You know, just because I did not like this movie does not mean you should not like this movie. My opinion on this remake of The Little Mermaid should not impact your viewing experience of the film. If you go and see this movie opening weekend and you decide that you like the film, then that's great. I celebrate the fact that you liked it. But when I started talking about movies on the internet, one of my main goals was to be honest and true about my opinion on these movies. And I'm not gonna lie and just say that I like the movie just because it's a Disney movie. And you guys know that I have been very critical of Disney movies in the past. I have been. So, with that down, let me go ahead and let me kind of tell you a little bit more about my thoughts on this movie, okay? As I said in my quick reaction, I thought the film was soulless. I think it is. I think there are aspects of it that I liked. I thought the musical numbers were fantastic. The performances given by Halle Bailey and Melissa McCarthy are fantastic. Those two specifically, Halle Bailey. In fact, Halle Bailey was actually my biggest surprise of the film. Because here's the thing, when she was cast as Ariel, I wasn't sure about either her singing or her acting. When that trailer came out and they showed her singing Part of Your World, I was like, oh, wow, this girl can sing. But can she act? And the trailers did nothing to help show that she can act. I'm telling you right now, this girl is going to be a star. Like Halle Bailey, after this movie, she's going to be a star. She's fantastic in the film. And one of the things that she impressed me most of all was her ability to convey emotion often without dialogue. Now, this isn't a spoiler, okay? This is not a spoiler because this is part of the animated film, and it's also in the IMDb synopsis here. So I'm not really spoiling anything here because if you've seen the original movie, it's the same basic premise. When Ariel decides that she wants to go to the above world, she trades her voice for human legs. And this is why I think this is impressive. Because Halle Bailey showed a lot of charm and a lot of personality in the first half through the singing and her dialogue. She was great. And then the second half happens. Now, the second half is where she kind of has to do the most work because she has to really convey a lot of emotion without dialogue. And I thought she was able to pull it off. I thought she actually got me invested in what was going on with her character without saying a single word. And I thought that was really impressive. So Halle Bailey is great, and Melissa McCarthy was amazing as Ursula. I thought she, and the way the adaptation, the way they adapted her Poor Unfortunate Souls musical number is great. Okay, that's all great. And by the way, the musical numbers are fantastic. Like, the musical numbers are great. Those are all the positives I have to say, though, because I don't think the movie's good. Much like most of the Disney live-action remakes, it misses the key ingredients of what you need to stand out. And that is, number one, originality, and number two, that magic. What made those original animated films special was that they were vibrant. They had a sense, the sense of magic was their vibrancy, the fun, the use of colors and the use of lighting and all that stuff. That's what made those movies pop. One of the reasons why Peter Pan works so well is because when we get to Neverland, there's rainbows. That world is filled with vibrant colors. And what did they do in Peter Pan and Wendy? They decided, let's film everything in this dirty green, in this army green filter, instead of really showing the vibrancy of that world. And here, unfortunately, I feel like they kind of do the same thing. And I think, unfortunately, here's the reality. Here's the reality, okay? You ready for this? Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, obviously, Avatar: The Way of Water did their underwater effects better. But Avatar: The Way of Water did something that The Little Mermaid should have done. And that is this. Whenever they had underwater sequences in Avatar: The Way of Water, the colors popped. You felt so immersed into it because beneath the water, there was all this vibrancy and all this beautiful colors underneath the water. And with here, unfortunately, it's like they don't really do that. Everything just feels so dark and so gray and so just and there are aspects where they do go for those fun moments. Like, example, going back to the musical numbers, the Under the Sea musical number definitely goes for it and definitely does that. I wish the movie had more of that, though. The movie should have had more of that. And unfortunately, it doesn't. Now, do I think this movie is as bad as, like, Peter Pan and Wendy or Pinocchio or Maleficent? No. I don't think it's that bad. I would put this movie on par, for me, with the live-action Beauty and the Beast or the live-action Cinderella, where I felt like, although, yes, they tried to tell the same story. Yes, they tried to tell the same story. But there just wasn't much there for me to go, oh, this is why they had to do this. This is why they had to remake this. This is why this story needed to be retold again. There was nothing in this movie that made me go, this is why you need to retell this story again. Like, Lion King, I understood why you tell that story again, because the themes of Lion King are so rich and so mature that it transcends generations. The themes of The Lion King transcend generations, and every single human being can relate to the themes and messages that are in that film. Little Mermaid didn't really give me any reason to, like, if anything, I kept asking myself, what was the point? What was the point if you're just going to make another live action remake that takes the original but removes the magic and removes the charm from it? Again, let me reemphasize my positives. The performances from Halle Bailey and Melissa McCarthy are fantastic. The musical numbers are incredible. But that's really all I got. This is just this movie just proves to me that Disney needs to restructure what they do with their live action remakes. And and by the way, for all of you whiny little babies that complained, the Lion King was too photoreal. The CG fish and the CG scuttle, awful. I'm sorry. The choice to combine both a realistic looking sea creature, but give them all this expression. Like, example, Sebastian looks terrible. Be honest. I'm being honest. Sebastian looks terrible. Scuttle looks terrible. Flounder looks terrible. You know? It's why I kind of prefer that photoreal look of the Lion King. But it's like nobody agreed with that. Everybody just pouted and complained. It's too real. It's too real. It's like really? So you want more of this and less of that? Okay, whatever. Anyway. I know. See, there I go, contradicting my own point. All film is subjective. I shouldn't judge it. But, okay. Let me go ahead and wrap up kind of my overall opinion on this. This is not a good movie. Is it as bad as Pinocchio, Peter Pan and Wendy, Maleficent, Mulan? Is it as bad as those films? No. But do I put it on par with Jon Favreau's Jungle Book or the remake of Aladdin? You know, do I put it on par with those films? No. I put it on par, like I said, with Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. Movies that I can see what they were trying to do, but at the end of the day, I just ask myself, what was the point? So, and by the way, Rob Marshall was the worst choice to direct this. Again, he directs the musical numbers, top-notch musical numbers. Is not good at directing actors, or is not good at coming up with compelling visuals. So yeah, there is that. I don't rate movies out of 10. I don't really give scores to films. But you guys can pretty much tell what my score would have been for the and let me say this also. This movie's not going to end up in my top 10 or top 5 worst movies of the year. It's not. It's not that bad of a movie. It just, for me, it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. And I'll be honest, going into this movie, I went into this movie hoping that I would like it. Because I wasn't impressed with the trailers, all that stuff. But I went into this movie hoping to enjoy it, hoping to like it. Because I love these original animated films. I love these original animated films. I grew up on films like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. I grew up with those films. Tarzan, all that. Grew up with those films. But I just do not want to keep living in this world where we have to just accept mediocre reimaginings. Because these reimaginings can be so much more if Disney had the, I don't want to say this, the guts to actually go and, I don't, like, if you want to tell the same story, fine. But give me a reason to say, you know what? I understand why you retold this. I understand why this movie needed to be remade. I understand it. So anyway, all right, guys. But that will do it for this. I guess it's a review of The Little Mermaid. Thank you so much for watching. When you guys see the film, if you guys have seen the film, let me know. What do you guys think? Look, I got a lot of comments on my quick reaction, and a bunch of people thought I was wrong and I had my head stuck up my own ass or something. But hey, you know what? Like I said, all film is subjective. So let me know what you guys think of the film. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm a grouchy movie fan? Like, what do you guys think? Let me know. Jump down in the comments and let me know what you guys think. And by the way, please be nice to each other. Like, seriously, just we can have fun debates about movies. Stop with the dumb comments. Like, I saw a comment on my quick reaction that made me laugh. That just said, you didn't watch the movie, you just want the views. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay? If you're gonna comment stuff like that, just shut up. Okay? So there you go. Alright, guys, that will do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have more videos coming very, very soon. In fact, I'm actually going to be doing a video talking about why Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is my favorite movie of the year. Kind of go into some spoilerific details. So make sure you guys go tune in for that video. Thank you guys so much for listening. And if you like the video, please put a thumbs up and subscribe. I think I should subscribe to the channel because Zeke the Geek said so. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.